Yo, what's up? I'm Millionaire. I'm an online fitness trainer, and if you're used to seeing my face, it's probably covered in sweat, and we're usually hopping around the room doing crazy exercises. Now, a lot of you all may not know that springy, hoppy, bouncy workout moves that we do actually started from me being in a hospital bed. Back in 2010, I was a graphic designer, freelance writer, and also worked full-time in retail. So being overworked, having poor nutrition, and getting very little sleep led me to have what felt like a stroke, but actually end up being ocular migraines. So due to that, I was in a hospital for 3.5 days, and with that time of reflection, I decided that I wanted to start leading a healthier life. So I started my fitness journey right after that, starting off by trying to do push-ups daily, then going from working on an elliptical from 10 minutes to 30 minutes a day, and eventually finding my way to fitness DVDs. And with my newfound love for fitness, I decided I want to bless other people with that same feeling, so I became a personal trainer. Yo, so this is where everything started off at. We're right here on the south side of Chicago where I shot my very first workout video. We actually started doing our workouts as sort of a happy accident. I was talking to some of the parents actually right across the street over at Revis Elementary School, and a lot of them were looking for solutions to get in shape, but they didn't have time, they didn't have money, and they didn't have babysitters. So we actually started doing free boot camps here, which we did for 2 years at another local park. Due to crazy weather, there were days where we just simply couldn't shoot outdoors. So I actually started putting together workout videos so that my boot campers could watch the workouts at home when they couldn't get to the workout. So I immediately started falling in love with doing workout videos. And from there, I said, you know what, I can reach even more people doing workout videos online. And that's what eventually led us to doing over 800 free workouts here on YouTube. I didn't feel that money should be a barrier for people getting in shape. And that's nothing against people who do charge, but I just felt personally my mission would be to help those who need help the most. And so I dedicated myself to do that. But in order to do that, I had to drop all of my clients at the time, and I had to cut off our income completely. So in order to sustain ourselves, I ended up getting a job in retail, which I grinded really hard for an entire year, fighting to produce one workout video per week under a really crazy schedule. At the time, I wasn't getting any views. I didn't have that much of a following, but every view that I got, every single minute, I knew was going towards to making somebody's life feel better and help push our mission forward. So that kept me fueling, that kept me going. I knew if I continued with this, then eventually hit my goal of helping 1 million people get in the best shape of their life. So one day, a fellow YouTuber, Marcus Jennings, had a local boot camp here in Chicago that I invited my wife and my kids out to. I was scheduled to work that day, but after having that beautiful experience and getting to spend time with my family while doing what I love to do, I sort of had a change of heart. So when it's time for me to go to work and to send my family home on one bus and for me to go in the opposite direction to go to work, I just decided to call my boss and tell him I'm never gonna come to work again. I had a little bit of money saved up, not a whole lot because I hadn't anticipated quitting my job that day, but based off the money that I had saved, my ability to hustle, I could float myself to income tax, and with that money, I knew that I could commit myself to doing videos on YouTube for at least a year, bang or bust, and that's exactly what I did. So I quit my job, I went home, spent the rest of the day with my family. I woke up the next morning, I started writing and filming the 30-day total body burnout, which ended up becoming a 60-day, and then the 90-day total body burnout. So I went from doing one video per week to doing 90 days straight of videos, and we just kept going from there. Hey yo, this right here is the launching pad. When I decided to quit my job and to do YouTube full time, I convinced my wife to let me turn our front room into a fitness studio so that we have a stable place to shoot workout videos. Now, prior to me quitting my job, we used to film outdoors, and that's mostly because our apartment had a huge bug problem. In fact, if you watch some of our older videos and you might see little glitches or moving spots, I used to manually edit out the roaches frame by frame just to make sure that none appeared in the workout videos. You gotta understand that we shot all these videos in a very small 3-bedroom apartment while living in the projects on the south side of Chicago, a place that's notorious for violence and for gun violence in particular. I've literally had to dodge bullets while recording videos. You have everything on screen you need to push yourself to the next limit. So make sure you get down. And there have been so many stray bullets flying in this neighborhood that there's even a bullet hole in our street sign. But regardless of all the hardship that we faced, we stuck to our mission and used this launching pad as a place to launch our family and our movement into a better place. Deciding to make that leap of faith and quit my job was one of the toughest decisions I ever had to make. Fortunately for me, I've always had the support of my wife. My children have always been very supportive, and I knew with that support and desire to push our mission forward that it would be nothing that can get in our way. And now we have over 13 full 30-day series that people can do and over 800 videos. So due to creating all these 30-day challenges, we actually started building a following of crazy people who weren't afraid to sweat, kick some butt, and work out consistently for 30 days. Now, I didn't have the biggest following, but I knew that I had enough to give back. So we started reaching out to up and coming fitness channels and started trying to bring the YouTube fitness community together. So we created this 2-hour-long comprehensive video on how to start a YouTube fitness channel. We created Facebook groups for YouTube fitness creators so we can share tips with each other. And we created the first ever YouTube fitness collab channel called Sweatstream. So things were looking up and up. We were building a following. A lot of people were getting down with the movement. A lot of people were earning their fist bumps. And we actually end up having the honor of winning YouTube Next Up 2016, which was one of the best experiences I've ever had in my professional life. YouTube flew us out to YouTube Space LA for 5 days and taught us pretty much everything you hope to learn about building a YouTube channel and bringing our mission to the world. I got to meet with other awesome creators, got to meet some of the creators that I've been a huge fan of for many, many years, and I felt that YouTube was finally acknowledging all the hard work and effort that we've put in. I felt like we were really getting to the top of the top, but things kept getting better because soon after coming back from YouTube Next Up, we actually hit 100,000 subscribers here on YouTube, which for me was a goal that I've literally had dreams about time and time again. Now, after all the sacrifices that we've made to be able to make it to YouTube Next Up and now have a following that's over 100,000 people who are doing our workouts consistently, my wife and I, my entire family, we felt like we were on top of the world, like there's nothing that can stop us and we're just gonna go further and further. But unfortunately, we didn't know that our biggest low was right around the corner. And that's when my wife and I received a letter letting us know that within 6 months, we'd either have to find a new place to stay or we'd be facing eviction. Now, when we first moved into this small 3-bedroom apartment, we were a family of 6, but that family of 6 became a family of 7. And when our youngest daughter was to turn 2 years old in just 6 months, we'd be in violation of our lease and we had to find a new place to live or we'd be evicted when she turned 2 years old. After all we've been through, the only thing that could ever make me think about quitting our mission is if it came down between choosing my passion over my family. And that was a dilemma that was playing out right before our eyes in real time. Over the years, we've been able to help lots of people crush their goals and hit their milestones, but to be perfectly honest, YouTube never paid much money, which isn't too bad because it's never been about money for us, it's always been about our mission. We knew that every second of content that we were providing to you all was helping you all push your goals and was valuable to you all. So we decided to reach out to our audience and ask for support and helping to continue our mission. Now, due to there being lots of scams and stuff that's going on in YouTube, a lot of people just put me in that box and put us in that box of people who are trying to scam to get some money. But fortunately, when I was feeling down and out and in my lowest place possible, there were so many of you all who reached back with positive comments, who helped us push through, who supported us financially, and are the reason why we're still here today to continue our mission. So thank you all to those who donated. Thank you all who are part of our Fist Bump family. Just knowing that you all were here and supporting us was really something that helped push through that period. So I sincerely thank you all for all of your support. And because of your support, we're now in the process of moving out of here. If you've been following me for a long time, you know that I've always had 3 main goals. 1, to live happy and healthy with my family and be a great example. 2, to help overwhelming people get in the best shape of their life. And 3, to finally be able to move my family out of this bad situation and into a new house. Because of you all, we're now in the process of doing the step number 3. So we're gonna leave everything here behind. We're gonna start on a new journey and we welcome each and every one of you all to follow us on that journey. I just wanna let anyone who's watching this right now know that regardless of your situation, regardless of what you have, whether it's a fitness goal, a life goal, or whatever have you, work with what you have, build from that, become stronger, and continue to push through, all right? Regardless of your goals, keep on pushing and never give up. So thank you all so much from me, my family, from the bottom of my heart. Let's continue to push on this mission. Until the next time we come back, kick some butt. It's your boy Millionaire. Take care and peace out.